Hello everybody. Now I'm gonna be recording the ESA submission for your empty sprint category. So I'm gonna submit two categories for this game. This is the first one I'm submitting. And before I actually start, I will explain what's the difference between sprint, any percent with sprint and any percent. It's actually pretty simple. This game doesn't have a sprint if you normally install it and play, but if you play around game files, you can actually find that the sprint button is just not implemented in the menu, so you just turn it on there and you're golden. So that's pretty much all the difference to original games. So this is a hacked version, you can say, because I hacked into game files and switched false to true. So I'm gonna talk a bit more while the cutscene is playing. This is a Ukrainian/Russian video game FPS. It's pretty interesting, I think. So this video is serving not only submission, but if the game gets through the cuts and actually ends up being at the ESA, this current video, should help the restreamers to actually commentate on this game, because no one is actually playing this game other than me, and I've been developing all the strats, all the stuff. I'm gonna start timer really soon. I just want to end this short speech, and pretty much this is all I actually wanted. I actually said all that I wanted. So let's get started. So as you can see, I can sprint. This is normally what you cannot do. Normally walk with this speed, but I can sprint, so I'm gonna be slightly faster, which also breaks game in some aspects. So after being hit by the car, you end up in a hospital and all the people are weird and such, and you're pretty much trying to investigate what happened. Game is actually pretty interesting. I would really recommend anyone playing that casually if you can find this game, because it's actually it has a pretty good atmosphere. Oh wow, can you not lag game please? Yeah, my PC is not good, as you can tell. So in first stage, first trick I'm gonna do, actually gonna save here, just in case she dies right now. I'm gonna make her follow me, right here. Then I'm gonna jump on her and get on the roof, and I'm gonna jump right here. So this is the first out of bounds trick, which you can only do with sprint. It's actually possible to do this one without, but it is a very complicated skip. So the second stage is a bit more rough. It has a very easy strat for sprint. You just slide up this thing and end up being half a stage ahead of normal playthrough. Normally you have to go around, and developing strats for that stage was pretty hard because there was none before I found damage boosts, which is the strat in any percent, and it is just wall dash. Well, it's not a wall dash, it's slope dash in sprint. So here I want to have more than 21 health, because I'm gonna be fighting dude with pistol, and if he shoots me 3 times, normally 21 damage is about as much as he does. I think it was exactly 21 right now. I'm not sure if I had 28 or 25. So this game has a total of 2 unskippable cutscenes and a few moments where you actually have to wait for what happens. So it's not much. I guess I kinda can understand after running this game why Dishonored runners love their game, because if the game is fun, you don't really care about cutscenes. You might have fun with them. They just pass in front of your eyes, but they're pretty unique. Also, I'm skipping a lot of stuff in speedrun, obviously, as a donation incentive to any kind of run of your empty. I might be showing some NPCs, glitches, which are not used in the current route, and which are just useless. So this is the first stage where we don't fight anything. The trick is you just go here, and the game just, if you jump, game just pushes you up that thing, the tractor or whatever it is called in English. So you just go out of bounds, because normally you have to kill a lot of like dudes with shotguns and just go through there. Oh, so this is another interesting trick I'm gonna be setting like right now. As you saw, I ended the stage without dropping down there, because these guys are gonna spawn and I'm gonna have to go through the facility, but I can just go back out of bounds. If I drop down there, there is no way, there isn't like an invisible wall on which you are standing, so you cannot get back out of bounds. So you skip all that stage. That area has a lot of enemies, which you will have to kill if you don't skip this. Another like good part of sprint is that, well, you can sprint, so you can go through all the walking parts much faster. This game has a lot of walking parts, not like they're very boring, but just with the normal walking speed it might it might bore someone. But sprint is not, current sprint record is like 12 minutes faster, so I guess that's pretty good. And my sum of best is like 9 minutes faster, but mine's sum of best for any percent is just insane. Well, any percent is not category I'm running right now because, well, it's kind of hard, because you just play for 10 minutes and then you reset it. And resetting after 10 minutes on same stage with just a trick with low chance of success is very boring. So this is the only chicken we're gonna be meeting in this run. We skipped a lot. So normally you have to go up that thing, but we can just use dog to jump over the fence and just look for the level ending trigger. There is, as far as I know, no other way to reach that platform. So if you find one, be my guest. Or if jumping from the roofs might help. So this is a very long train ride. This is nothing you can do about it, but this stage is, well, it is the main reset point for both categories at this point, because it has a very annoying train skip. What train skip is when the train will be stopping later. I will have to jump out of train on that thing and then follow to like the last part of it, which doesn't appear yet. It's not there. It will appear though. And I have a very small window to do this, and if I don't, game just pushes me down, and to go with the route, with intentional or semi-intentional route, you have to waste like twice as much time. So it's, well, a big time save. Let's see if I can get... Oh, I got it first try. This is actually not as easy as it looks like. This trick is, well, one of the hardest. So I just go out of bounds of factory. This is level ending, so I'm just going casually through the wall. No enemies here because I haven't touched any trigger in the entire stage. Might even PB in this run. Who knows? Well, PB, world record, whatever. So this stage is very different from any percent. It looks much more cooler, but it's not as much faster. So here, instead of going down there and then walking around, you can just run here and, well, make a jump. Okay, I saved there because this game has, well, it has such a thing as as hate cancel. When you reload the game, well, tries to be sure you're not dying from making stupid save in midair, so it resets your height position and sets it to 0. So every time you reload, your height is 0, and you will not take damage if you saved right, like in front, or right before falling down on floor or something. You'll get 0 damage. That's what I used there. Normally that jump you can do, well, without dying. There is not as precise point at which you can jump and be fine with it, but that's okay. That's not a big time waste or anything. That just skips the entire stage. This is one of the hardest stages in the entire game, I guess, because, well, at this stage in normal playthrough you don't have any weapons. well, pretty much you have this, a bit of shotgun and a nail gun. And there is a lot of enemies in this and previous stage. I just skipped most of them. Well, most. Pretty much all of them. And you fight a lot of enemies in this particular stage. And, well, at some point you run out of ammo and then you get ambushed and you have even more enemies. But you like have to run. But you cannot run, so you have to walk. So that padlock jump I did there was, well, unintentional. I was certainly out of bounds. It skips that ambush part where you like run for your life from the rifleman. Oh snap, why do I have this on? Oh come on, wait a second. I'm sorry, I have to like pause for a slight moment. I have no a single idea why this sound is working. Disable. Oh, please shut up. So this stage is one of the hardest in the entire run. Because, oh, this is not good. You have to pick up rifle, then snipe 2 dudes, and kill 1 more dude. Like, you've been chased for the entirety of that stage, so, well, you're getting damaged pretty hard. So as you can see, I'm wasting a lot of time right now. That happens. Normally not more than twice. But the fact that the rifleman didn't die to 1 shot is, well, really bugs me. I have no idea why. He normally does. Enemies, also I'm playing on easy, and the biggest change between difficulties, as far as I can tell, is the enemy damage output. So on easy they do less damage. Oh no, not do less damage, they take less damage. Not the output, the amount of damage they should take to die, in order to die. That's like the main difference. So we are coming to, well, not a midpoint of a game, but, well, maybe if you play casually this is kind of a midpoint of a game. I cannot really tell. So here I skipped a lot of enemy triggers by jumping over the train. It's kind of hard to talk about this category. 80% is like more chill. I can put a lot more words in between game process. So here I want to pick up the machine gun and then just rush through a couple of these guys and just hope that the rest will not kill me. So that was good. I actually got decent health, I might not picking this up. So normally you should go there and then fight through some enemies. But since there is a hole, you can just go here and jump here. There's an invisible wall on the other side, but on this side, well, they probably didn't put it there because there was like a hole in the wall, so they didn't want to extend it up. I don't know. That probably is the reason though. So you can just, like, you know, skip half of that stage. So this is another, well, not a cutscene, but the moment where you wait. So this guy is one of few actual humans who talk to us in the entire game. And, like, we skip a couple of them, of actual humans. He's one of them as well. There is no way to skip this guy as far as I know. So he doesn't tell anything useful. He pretty much apologizes. Well, not apologizes. He tells that they didn't want world to become like this. And he's like, oh my god, this is like so horrible. But maybe you can help us, yeah. That's pretty much what he does. He gives you the tape, which you can watch at cinema, which is one of the next few stages. But we will not be watching the cinema because it is boring and long. So soon he gonna shoot himself and give us his pistol. Hopefully he's not very loud. Oh, he already died. So the thing I should explain why why he died before he finished talking, there is such a feature in this game which is called, well, which I call positive lag. How does it work? It's pretty weird, but every time you don't reboot your PC, the longer it works, the more the game lags, and it, well, it kind of boosts you. Every time you move, it slightly boosts you towards. So it makes animations faster, you can tell. By doing that, first, your reloads become faster than the sound animation. Second, your movement becomes faster since you skip through certain movement frames. Third, NPCs become faster, and in the result of NPCs becoming faster, NPCs who talk might finish their speech faster. Well, since we are having a couple of NPCs who are talking in this game, we actually like that feature, so that kind of helps. It's not like it is a must-be thing to be good at running this game, but well, if you want to go for ultimate world record, you must make sure your game is absolutely unwatchable, because right now you pretty much cannot notice it. You can like see that the tram is like shaking slightly. It's not like, it just looks like a bad coding, but if you let it be for a long time, let it stuck for, don't turning off your PC, just putting it into sleep mode for like a week or two, and you launch this game, you'll not be able to play it. You'll just simply puke or pass out, because it is just so bad. You feel dizzy. Well, I feel dizzy when you play it, and was one of the common questions about this game. Like, how do you fix that? My game is lagging, I cannot play it. Well, the question is pretty simple, just reboot your PC. So on this stage, you should pick up the you should follow the guy who is like right there, but we already missed him. He like runs away with a key, and we have to follow him and get the key. But that's too boring, so we just, you know, use the dog again. Dogs are very good in this game because when they have an animation, which is pretty. This is a pretty useful info, though. They have an animation where they stand on their back paws, and at this point, their hitbox extends up, so you can jump higher from the dogs. So dogs are basically one of the fastest enemies you can get to any place, and also they have very good animations and also can boost you. So dogs is the ultimate trickster in this game, you can tell. So this stage, that stage right there was just cinema, by the way, so we absolutely skipped the watching the movie part. So this is Athlete. I guess this guy is called Athlete at least. He's very angry. We are not gonna be making him even angrier. Oh, that's a very good split. So we just skip through the entire stage and get into the metro. So metro actually consists out of two parts, because, well, as the level progression works, you they kind of think that you want to explore, so you might be going to the left, and as you go to the left, this door here in the middle, this one, closes, and you like go around and like you visit two metro stations in that stage. But the trigger in that room is very bad placed, like very bad. So if you hug a wall, you simply can avoid this door closing. So you just skip that part where you go around and get out of this place. So that saves about 1.5 minutes of walking. Of sprinting it's not as much. It's pretty noticeable. So if this guy survives, like the fireman who was fighting rats, he has no AI, so he will be just standing there. It's pretty funny when it actually happens. But it's not as often. So here one more guy spawns. If this would have been 80%, I would have killed him because, well, he does a lot of damage. He actually does a lot of damage. But killing him spawns 2 firemen, so I'm just, well, ignoring him. I'm gonna kill this guy and just enter the train. So when I was starting to learn this game, all I had was a bunch of level times on SDA thread. There was a guy who actually made a segmented run like a long time ago. And then he got banned from SDA and YouTube, or he deleted his account, I don't know. But YouTube says he has been banned, so well, that's what I believe. So all I had was times, and I was just following all the stages, trying to optimize them. And then I was looking at, yeah, I had like 1 minute slower time. It was because, no, it was without sprint, like with this speed. So this skips 5 enemies, that jump right there. I was simply looking at this guy times and trying to be as close to them as I can. That's how this route was burned, and probably it's still, well, not optimal. This weapon I just picked up is, well, told to be the best weapon in the game. It actually is, well, pretty cancerous as it damages you, and the game very likes to switch on that. It's like, dude, you run out. When you run out of ammo, the first weapon it automatically switches is this one, and if enemy is very close to you, you're likely to die. Because it does, well, a lot of self-damage if you shoot walls and stuff. So we're gonna reload. Skip the... Oh, we didn't skip the enemy trigger. Well, that's bad. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, okay. I did mess up a bit. By going to the right, you should avoid the enemy spawn, which doesn't avoid from spawning the fireman. Firemen spawn anyway, but the guy which runs like a dog, I don't know how to call him, a dog guy, he doesn't spawn. So next stage is Opera, and probably is the longest stage in both 80% and sprint percent, just because it is a very big closed building where you cannot get that far out of bounds. It also has like one of the best NPCs in the entire game, if not the best. I believe this is like the gem of game development. This is one of the reasons why this game has to be seen by people. Like, really, why not? You will understand. I'm gonna kill some rats, just in case. You can actually go out of bounds here, but it doesn't result in anything. You cannot get back in bounds. Well, as far as I know. There's only like one person searching for glitches right now, the guy who has been watching me for this game since like I had absolutely no viewers on Twitch. So this jump skips that line death, which spawns a lot of enemies. Well, line death, I'm just used to the Doom names, that's how it's called there. You just skip a line and no enemies spawn. And this is, well, this is what you pretty much want, because the amount of enemies in that current stage is absolutely tremendously horrible. Like, having this one guy is nothing compared to like the horde of enemies you can have. So now, just to avoid this, we just jump back here. So here is the best NPC ever created.
Этот проход ведет в зал. Оттуда выберешься на крышу здания. Будь осторожен. Ага. Мне надо спешить. До свидания.
Hope you were able to enjoy it. As you can hear, the game is Russian. If you play English version, nothing really changes. It's pretty much the same. Oh, good. Not really. Okay, so if you run on a side as I did right now, you can make these guys spawn a bit later, and as a result you don't have to kill all of them, which is like a very slight time saver on sprint. On 80% it kinda saves like 1 or 2 seconds though. It's not hard to do. It also, well, makes your life a bit easier, so why not go for it? Oh god. Oh, this is ugly. So I'm gonna switch to nail gun, I guess. So next part of the stage has an actual big fight, so you go out in the middle of hole like there, and then a lot of enemies start spawning on scene and you have to shoot them down. This is a pretty well fighting scene, I guess. Kinda like it. You can just jump up and then go around this guy and proceed to the roof. Next stage is called roofs, and it is all about roofs, yeah. Like there is nothing more to tell, it's just roofs in a nutshell. Actually there is, but I will tell on next stage. Oh. Wow, good time. I'm on somewhat decent pace right now. So we're gonna pick up extra ammo. Go here, save just in case. And just, well, oh come on, how did I die here? So normally what I'm trying to do is like jump and land on slope. And if you land on slope, sometimes you don't take any damage, like you simply take none. Well, sometimes you die though. Like right here I shouldn't have died. Like I just took 20 damage. I don't think more than 40 should have been a thing. I had 50 something. So now we just proceed through the out of bounds route. Luckily the stage, well, some out of bounds routes are not connected. So in some stages you can get out of bounds and not reach the end of a level. There might be like a floor and you think you can walk on it, but as you jump you like fall into nothing, or they are like this, yeah, just nothing. So this is the end of a level. This stage is actually very hard, one of the hardest stages in the game as well. So you just jump here because trigger is very big, so you can hit it. Sometimes you die after this in this stage. I didn't, but I took some damage though. This is pretty weird. So another thing which I haven't talked about yet is that stages in a game connected in like blocks to, well, they probably did it to save some memory from loading stages. They just load, like, stages are loaded in a bunch. Oh, this is bad. Let's load. Stage is loaded in a bunch. Like this stage contains of 3 stages. It's depot 1, 2 and 3. So all the environment is loaded, but triggers the enemies and like items are not there. So when you end depot 1, it basically despawns all the enemies and triggers, spawns new one on like already existing stuff. So oh come on! Well, this is pretty fucked up right now. So as a result, you can get from stage 1 to stage 2 and then get to level ending trigger of stage 1 from the other side, which is faster. Well, if you don't die twice on this place. This drop in particular is, well, one of the most stupid run killers. It killed, well, kind of few runs. And I'm just bad at the game, I think. Maybe could have PB'd or something if I didn't, well, make as many silly mistakes. So yeah. And then here game might just push you off, so you just want to hold the wall. So yeah, you just proceed all the other way through the out of bounds. 80% route for these stages is very different. And I'm gonna be recording that like tomorrow, I guess, for ESA submission. So this is the next stage. So we normally get out of there. What I wanted to do is drop down to spawn the fireman faster. Oh god, didn't reload. So just kill him. Then you kill this guy. And then I'm gonna go for a trick, which is, well, very stupid, but it saves a lot of time in any percent it saves a lot of time. In any percent with sprinting doesn't save as much time because you can do this stage, well, pretty fast. There is no precise setup for this trick, for this jump. But what I'm trying to do is just jump there. Yeah, here like this. It's not as hard when you like do it 10,000 times, but it's still pretty stupid every time you try, because you'll probably fail it once or twice. I think in my PB I have it faster than this. That's okay. So this is another stage where we're gonna use in dogs. We're gonna kill this guy, and we need only one dog. So we're gonna make her follow us. Oh. And oh, come on. And I might... Okay, yeah. I was about to say I might die because, well, when the dog stands on the back paws, well, the hitbox gets higher. And as a result, if you jump and don't land where you want to, you might take falling damage and like die in the process. This is pretty annoying. Sometimes it happens. Well, nothing you can do about it. So I'm gonna kill these guys now. Okay. Their weapons up. Pick my backup health. Just rotate this thing. Here is a certain angle you can walk on certain moment to not make enemies spawn, because when I was jumping down I actually skipped one trigger. Like, it's not notable because, well, nothing just spawns. Actually it was despawning enemies. Sometimes the train will start moving here. I have no idea why. Maybe because it doesn't completely stop, so it continues and it crushes you. This is pretty weird, sometimes it happens. So we are getting to the very last part of the game. So all the cutscenes, which I'm actually skipping in this game, well, I will talk about them a bit later. Now, this stage has the last actual trick in the run. Well, in sprint you can go for one more trick, but it's not as big of a time save. Also, it skips a very like interesting part, I would say. So the last trick, this is actually where I found that you can slope boost. You just hold space button here and you just fly. This is pretty exciting out of bounds. As you can see, these are like slopes as well. So if you wish, you can actually get on top of that mountain thing. Now this is one of the few reasons why this game... Oh, come on, 11, really? Why this game is being called Russian Half-Life 2? Doesn't that remind you of Citadel? It probably does. Though in a very weird way. Excuse me, sir? Oh, let's reload. I might get a grenade right now. Okay, it didn't. I'm gonna kill this guy, I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna just play very safe right now. Not like I'm gonna save much time. So now I can... Well, if anyone finds the way to get on that thing, like from top there to this thing, be my guest as well, because I think it's faster than killing all these guys. So now let's talk about the story in this game. When we're getting close to the end, and closer to the end there is like a lot of waiting scenes, like auto-scrollers. So basically, you're being hit by a car, and when you wake up some experiment happened and all the people are weird. Well, you actually don't know that experiment happened, you just know that all people are weird. As a result, all the people mutated. And it was because that thing, which we are getting into, was built, and this is like a psionic like translator thing, which sends some waves and makes people crazy, and you're the only one who is actually immune to this. So you're like the last hope of humanity because of failed experiment. And you're the only one who can stop it. Well, which is, well, pretty convenient and cliche as fuck as well. So through the entirety of the game I was skipping cutscenes between stages. These cutscenes showed the life of scientists who build all that. And like the thought process he had. The cutscenes have a very good style as well. So if you'll play this game casually, unless you do a blind race, you should probably watch cutscenes. They are pretty cool. Also pretty interesting. Not like they tell much, but they explain certain things. Like how certain enemies were created, and that was one of the best chase scenes in video gaming history as well. So sometimes these boxes clip inside, since the game is lagging and all weird. Sometimes these things can clip inside and kill you because the game gets confused when there is too much stuff in one point, so it kills things. It just kills things. It can be enemy, it can be you. So for example, these guys who are like flying enemies, they can land on you. As a result, or these guys, as a result you will instantly die because game will not be able to, correctly place both of you. So one will get stuck inside other and crush him. So you might just die like this. And this is like another stage which kinda reminds of Half-Life. Because, you ride up for a very long time. We're getting very close. Like, there is no tricks left. All here is 2 precise shots and then machine gun rampage and then the last stage, which is... I don't know why they did last stage like this. This game doesn't have final boss of any kind or any hard final fight. Like, right now will be a final fight, but it's not hard or anything. It's simple. Like, you don't have like endless waves or of hard enemies. Like, the ending is very bad. That's what I will tell. This game has very low ratings on all sorts of websites. It's actually pretty cool. It has a good atmosphere. It has good design, I guess. Even though it's pretty poorly made. If you look at it now as like a thing you can get from the Amazon or somewhere else for not as much price, it's actually pretty cool. It also has that feeling of Soviet Russia. Where did he throw this thing? Okay. That was very weird. I saw how he threw the grenade. And this guy is just staying here chilling. Like, his 3 guys jumped down and he decided not to become part of this. This is the last stage. This is the scientist who basically created all this, and before dying he allows you to go in past and like change it. That's pretty much it. But before that he talks for 10,000 years. So pretty much this is sprint percent for your MT. This is a bit of a hard category to explain tricks because it is going very fast. But it shows the game in some way, in a bit less boring way, I guess. People seem to like watching this category much more. I also now enjoy grinding much more because it is like fast and the tricks are different and a bit more consistent. Also, I highly recommend Russian version. I mean, English voice acting is very poor, I would say, which is very weird. Normally Russian voice acting is pretty bad. This one is alright. As you can see, his animation is over, he's dead already, finished talking. So which means that level ending trigger is approaching us. Also, we still have the tape to watch in cinema. We have this. We don't have a key. I skipped a lot of things. Come on. Let me get some casual 38. So you go back in time, you kill this guy, and you die as a result. So this was your empty 80% with sprint. I'm gonna be submitting any percent as well, just in case somebody finds my commentary during that a bit more interesting, as I can probably explain much more stuff. Because the run is approximately 10 minutes longer, the any percent. This current run is faster and is not called any percent, in case anyone wonders, because well, it hacks game files, so it's not any percent. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and if this game is in and you're a streamer and you're watching this to commentate, good luck on your commentary, I guess.